In conclusion, I don't actually like the word conclusion here because it has a sense of finality that I don't think really applies. This isn't a conclusion. This is really what are our collective next steps? We're at the beginning of a new era, and the smoke is barely clearing. So people are still just adjusting and finally starting to be able to pop their heads up to say, how do we deal with some of the larger issues that are facing us in the business world and tech world as we move into this next phase of being an individual and worrying about our careers as a manager, helping our employees manage their careers, and just meeting the overall business goals without burning out or feeling disassociated or the morale dropping through the floor. And this series for me was a way to try to give a high level view of how I think about it. And I'm hoping others do the same, because there are many different successful people at all different levels who have great ideas and tools to share. And it's through sharing these tools how we'll all collectively pick up each other as we kind of move through this next phase of the post-pandemic challenge area that we're all kind of facing. My goals here really were to start a dialogue. And as the number of people and teams have reached out to me to kind of talk about these issues and look for some new ideas, I think that we all can do a lot more in helping each other out in sharing. And again, I have tons of mentees and people I talk with and peers I talk with in my company now and outside my company. But I've noticed that the pressure is going up. And I think a lot of this pressure comes from all of us trying to learn these new tools to deal with things where the old tools don't necessarily work, whether it's for managing your career or even managing your workload or managing your team remotely. And I myself have always felt like a bit of a unicorn career, because if you look at my history, military, FBI bureau, 20 years then in tech world doing many different jobs, the core concepts to me and how to manage a career haven't really changed in my head, but how I have to use them have as the industry changes or my industry changes as well. So if you made it this far, one, thank you. I really appreciate your time. And then if there was one thing that helped you from this, or that you would like to see or have a longer discussion on, or maybe have me give some reviews on in this space, please do put it down below, because I do want to continue the conversation with people on many of these topics. Again, this series is nothing more than scratching the surface, at least in my mind, of the basics of how I think about managing my career today, or helping my employees or other people manage their careers today, and even manage workloads. So if you found any of this valuable, please let's continue the conversation. And again, if any of this was useful to you, I want to thank you for taking part of my marathon journey through my career as well.